Have you ever met someone and wondered, is this really the one Allah chose for me? But deep inside, you felt more confusion than peace. That's because when Allah reveals the right person, it's not with loud signs, it's not with chasing, it's not with restless hearts, it's with silent ease, a quiet certainty. And today, I'll show you how Allah reveals the right person in ways the heart understands, even when words don't. 1. They come with calm, not chaos. When the right person comes into your life, it doesn't feel like a storm. They don't come in making everything complicated. They don't make you feel unsure. They don't make you question your worth. You don't sit there wondering if they're serious, or if they'll stay, or if you're good enough for them. Instead, their presence feels peaceful, not because they're perfect, but because they're honest, clear, and sincere. They don't rush you. They don't pressure you. They don't confuse you with mixed signals. When you talk to them, your heart feels calm, not anxious. You don't feel like you have to chase them or beg for their time, because the right person values you without making you feel small. It's like when you hear soft rain after a hot day, peaceful, refreshing, gentle on the heart. That's how Allah sends the right person, with calm, not chaos. Because Allah never writes confusion for His servants. He writes what brings you closer to peace and closer to Him. 2. They don't distract you from Allah. They remind you of Him. The right person will never pull you away from your faith. They won't distract you from your prayers. They won't make you forget Allah. Instead, just by being around them, you'll feel reminded of your connection with Allah. They might encourage you to pray on time, or remind you gently to trust Allah during hard moments, or inspire you to fix your heart before trying to fix a relationship. And the most amazing part, they don't have to force it. They don't preach or act better than you. Their character, their words, their calm behavior, all remind you of Allah naturally. When you're around the right person, you feel safe in your deed, not pushed into haram, not drawn into sin, not pressured to change who you are for the wrong reasons. The right person will make your heart feel stronger in faith. And you'll notice loving them never makes you forget Allah. It makes you remember Him. 3. They appear when you are focused on Allah, not chasing people. You don't have to run after love. You don't have to chase people hoping they'll notice you. You don't have to fight for attention or beg for someone to stay. Because the right person, the one Allah has written for you, will come at the time when your heart is busy with Allah, not busy chasing people. It always happens this way. When you stop looking for love in the wrong places, when you stop thinking you need someone to complete you, and you start focusing on becoming close to Allah, that's when Allah brings the right person into your life. And you'll realize something powerful. It was never about finding them. It was always about preparing your heart for them. When you work on your relationship with Allah, when you say, "Ya Allah, I leave my story in your hands," you open the doors for Allah to bring into your life the one He chose for you. Not the one you chased, not the one you begged for, but the one who is written in your destiny. This doesn't mean you stop making dua, or you stop hoping for love. But it means you stop depending on people to make you feel worthy. Because when Allah sees your heart is filled with Him, He sends someone who will value you the way you deserve, someone who was meant for you all along. And even if it takes time, even if you don't see it right away, know this with full certainty: what Allah writes for you will always find you when your heart finally belongs to Him first. 4. Their words match their actions. The right person doesn't impress you with sweet words alone. They don't win you over by making empty promises or by saying all the right things, but doing none of them. Because anyone can talk. Anyone can say, "I care about you," or "I'll always be here for you." But when the time comes to prove it, they disappear. That's not real. That's not love. The right person, their words and actions walk side by side. When they say something, they mean it. When they make a promise, they try their best to fulfill it. When they speak honestly. not to impress you, but because it's the truth. And you'll notice they don't overtalk, they don't shower you with fake compliments just to win your heart. They don't make you dream big just to break you later. They speak simple, clean and clear, and most importantly, their actions always back up their words. If they say they respect you, they show it in how they treat you. If they say they want a future with you, they take steps towards it, even if slowly but with sincerity. If they say they care about your deen, they make sure nothing they do pulls you away from Allah. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us that a true believer is honest and trustworthy. And the right person will show you this, not by preaching, but by living it. You won't have to guess their intentions, you won't have to read between the lines, you won't have to wonder if they're serious. Because real love, the one Allah blesses, doesn't hide behind fancy words. It shows itself in honest actions, quiet respect, and clear intentions. And that's when you'll know this isn't just talk. This is real. 5. Your heart feels light, not heavy. When Allah writes someone for you, their presence won't make your heart feel heavy. You won't feel burdened or drained or constantly stressed when you're around them. You won't feel like you have to force conversations or pretend to be someone you're not, or walk on eggshells just to keep them happy. With the wrong person, everything feels hard. You overthink every word. You feel nervous about how they'll react. You're scared of saying the wrong thing. And deep down you feel small, unloved, and unimportant. But with the right person, it's the complete opposite. You feel light around them. You feel like you can breathe. You feel understood, accepted, respected, even without trying too hard. You don't have to explain every little thing about yourself just to earn their respect. You don't feel like you're constantly walking through a test, and when you talk to them, or sit with them, or even think about them, your heart feels calm, not heavy. That lightness you feel isn't random. It's a gift from Allah. It's His silent way of showing you this person carries no harm for your heart. It doesn't mean life will be perfect, or that you'll never face challenges together. But it means the foundation of your connection will feel right, clean, honest, and peaceful. It's a kind of lightness that reminds you this isn't a burden, this is a blessing. Because true love, the kind that's written by Allah, doesn't weigh your heart down. It lifts it, it gives you ease, it gives you space to grow, not shrink. And that's when you'll realize, when something is from Allah, it never comes with a heavy heart. 6. Their presence brings out your best, not your worst. When the right person enters your life, you don't feel scared to speak your heart. You don't have to hide your feelings, or act like everything is fine when it's not. You don't sit there overthinking, what if they get angry, or what if they leave if I say this? Instead, you feel a kind of safety with them, a comfort that says I can tell them what I truly feel, and they won't use it to hurt me. You can express your worries, your thoughts, even your weaknesses, and they'll listen, not to argue, not to control you, but to understand you. When you're honest with them, they don't twist your word. They don't make you feel embarrassed for being real. They don't turn your feelings into a weapon against you later, and that gives your heart peace. You feel like you're not walking on eggshells anymore. You feel like you don't have to wear a mask. You feel like you can open up without fear. And even if you disagree on something, they don't shut you down. They don't make you feel small. They give space for your voice. Because real love, the kind Allah blesses, is built on honesty. And honesty can only happen where you feel safe. That safety isn't loud, it's not dramatic, but it's priceless. And when you find someone who gives you that, you'll realize, this is different. This is what hearts are searching for. When you're with the right person, you don't feel like they're constantly pointing out your mistakes, or making you feel like you'll never be good enough. They don't try to control you, or force you to change by making you feel guilty. Instead, they inspire you. not with pressure, but with their quiet example, with their gentle words, with the way they carry themselves. Their character makes you want to become better, not to impress them, not to earn their love, but because their presence brings out something good inside you, a desire to grow. Maybe you see how they're patient, and it makes you want to be more patient, or how they're careful with their work, and it makes you want to speak better, or how they take their deen seriously, and it makes you want to get closer to Allah too. It's a natural pull towards goodness, a silent encouragement. They don't force you to pray. They don't shame you if you make a mistake. They don't act like they're better than you. But just by being around them, you feel motivated to fix your heart, to fix your relationship with Allah, to fix your character, not because you're afraid of losing them, but because they remind you by how they live that you are capable of better. And you'll notice you start wanting to work on yourself. You start wanting to improve, and you start loving the person you're becoming. That's the beauty of being with the right person. They don't force you to grow, they inspire it, and that kind of influence is rare, and it's a mercy from Allah. When you're with the wrong person, your weak moments become a weapon against you. They use your mistakes to make you feel small. They remind you of your past, just to hurt you. They make you feel like you'll never be good enough. But the right person, the one Allah sends into your life, is different. They don't see your weak moments as a reason to attack you. They see them as a reason to stand beside you. When you're upset, when you're tired, when you feel like you're failing, they don't mock you. They don't say, "See, you're nothing." They don't treat you like you're a burden. Instead, they give you space to breathe. They speak kindly even when you're struggling. They remind you softly that everyone has low points and that it doesn't make you less worthy of respect. You feel safe to admit, "I'm not okay today." And they don't turn it into a fight. They don't roll their eyes or walk away. They stay, and they remind you that Allah is still with you, that this phase will pass, and that you're still valuable even when you're at your low. You don't feel afraid to be human around them. You don't feel like you have to hide your tears or your struggles or your weak moments, because they don't use those moments to crush you. They use them to cover you, protect you, and remind you that your worth isn't based on being perfect. And it's not because they're perfect either, but because they have a heart that fears Allah. And they know that the one who respects you in your weakness is the one who truly understands love and mercy. This respect in your weak moments builds a deep trust, a kind of love that's rare, a kind of connection that feels safe, because you know even when life gets heavy, even when you fall, they won't look down on you. They'll help you stand up again. That's when you realize real love doesn't vanish when you're weak. It shows up stronger. And that's exactly how Allah sends the right person to stand with you, not against you. 7. Allah opens doors without you having to force them. Sometimes we try so hard to make things work with the wrong person. We push, we beg, we try to control every detail. And yet the doors keep closed. The harder we try, the more painful it becomes. But when the person is written for you by Allah, the story is completely different. Because Allah opens the right doors at the right time, in the right way. When Allah writes someone for you, you don't have to run after them. You don't have to force moments to happen. You don't have to constantly chase them, hoping they'll notice you, or hoping things will finally work out. Instead, things begin to fall into place naturally. The right opportunities start opening without you pushing them open. You cross paths without even planning it. Conversations happen at the right time without you trying to force them. It's like Allah gently moves both of you closer, without loud efforts, without chasing, without awkward pressure. You don't have to keep reminding them of your worth. You don't have to be the only one calling, or the only one making the effort. The right person meets you halfway with sincerity. You both feel the connection growing without playing games, and it all feels peaceful. It flows in a way that doesn't drain you. You're not left with anxiety after every interaction. You don't sit there wondering, am I forcing this? Instead, you find that Allah sends the right moments at the right time, a simple message, a random meeting, a calm conversation, a kind gesture. Everything feels like it's unfolding according to a plan you didn't make. Because it's Allah's plan, you realize that what is written for you doesn't require you to beg for it, or chase it endlessly, or exhaust your heart trying to make it happen. What's from Allah comes with a peace you didn't expect, and a timing you couldn't have planned. That's how you know this isn't your effort alone. This is Allah's mercy falling into place. When Allah writes someone for you, you don't have to force people to accept it. You don't have to fight every battle trying to make others understand, because hearts, whether yours, theirs, or their families, are all in Allah's hands. You might have seen it before. When something isn't meant for you, no matter how hard you try, hearts stay closed. People resist. You face block after block, but when something is truly written for you, hearts begin to soften. Sometimes from people you never expected. Maybe a family member who was once strict suddenly opens up. Maybe someone who said no before now feels at peace. Maybe the person you once thought wasn't interested sees your worth with fresh eyes, and you realize it wasn't your words that changed anything. It wasn't your begging, it wasn't your convincing. It was Allah quietly softening hearts, because Allah is Al-Muqallib, the turner of hearts. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to make this dua often. Ya Muqallib al-Qulub, thabat qalbi ala dinik. O turner of the hearts, make my heart firm upon your religion. If even the hearts of believers need Allah's help to stay firm, what about the hearts we want acceptance from? When it's right, you'll see walls falling without you pushing them down. You'll see resistance melting without you forcing your way in. You'll see harsh words turning soft, and you'll know, it wasn't you, it was Allah. That's why you don't need to waste your peace trying to win hearts by force. Pray, make dua, and leave it to Allah to open what you can't, because when He opens a heart for you, no one can close it. And when He softens a heart towards you, no power on earth can harden it again. That's the power of a story written by Allah. It unfolds with His permission, not with your pressure. When something is written for you by Allah, opportunities start to appear in ways you never imagined. And the most beautiful part, they come at the right time, in the right way, and they feel right deep inside your heart. You don't have to force situations. You don't have to chase after people. You don't have to create fake reasons to cross paths. Allah brings opportunities that make you pause and think, I wasn't expecting this, but it feels like this was meant to happen. Maybe it's a conversation that starts naturally. Maybe it's a proposal that comes when you least expect it. Maybe it's a family connection that opens a door you never thought about. Maybe it's a simple meeting that turns into something meaningful, and it all happens without you twisting anything. No games, no fake plans, no fake friendships, just to get closer. It feels easy, pure, real. And even if it surprises you, it doesn't scare you, because deep inside, you sense Allah's hand in it. And those opportunities won't make you feel uneasy. They won't leave your heart restless. They won't make you doubt your worth. Instead, they come with peace, with clarity, with a quiet confidence inside your heart. And sometimes, even if the opportunity seems small, it carries the biggest blessing you didn't see coming. It might be the start of something beautiful, the beginning of a story Allah had written all along. That's why you don't need to rush after what isn't coming your way. You don't need to chase after closed doors, because when Allah wants something for you, He opens the right door at the right time, and it will feel right without doubt, without fear, without force. That's the beauty of Allah's plan. It flows naturally and fits perfectly with the story He's writing for you. When something is written for you by Allah, It doesn't mean everything will be perfect. It doesn't mean you'll never face challenge. But there's a huge difference between a test that comes with Allah's barakah and a struggle that comes from forcing something that isn't meant for you. With the wrong person, every test feels like a punishment. Every disagreement feels like a war. Every problem feels like a dead end. You feel drained, broken, hopeless. But when the person is written for you, even the hard moments carry a strange kind of peace inside them. You feel like Allah is walking you through the test, not abandoning you in it. You feel a quiet strength that holds you up, even when things get tough. You feel a hidden blessing inside every difficulty. Maybe it's a delay that teaches you patience. Maybe it's a misunderstanding that helps you both learn how to communicate better. Maybe it's a struggle that brings you closer to Allah and closer to each other. Even when there are tears, even when there are moments of doubt, you still feel something holding you together. And that's Allah's barakah at work. And you'll notice the tests don't break you apart, they build you stronger. The challenges don't make you hate each other, they make you understand each other better. The hard days don't push you away, they bring you closer to Allah together. That's the beauty of a relationship blessed by Allah. It doesn't escape tests, but the tests never feel unbearable because Allah places a special mercy inside them. You grow through the hard times, you become better, not bitter, and you come out of every challenge with more love, more respect, and a stronger connection. Because when Allah sends barakah into your story, even the storms will carry you forward, not pull you apart. When you're trying to force something that isn't meant for you, you often feel like you're losing pieces of yourself just to keep it alive. You change who you are, you lower your standards, you accept disrespect, you tolerate things that go against your values just to make it work. And every time you try harder, you feel smaller, weaker, more drained. You start thinking, maybe if I just stay quiet, maybe if I let this go, maybe if I change myself completely, they'll love me. But the truth is, anything that makes you lose your peace, anything that makes you lose your dignity, anything that makes you feel like you have to beg for love, isn't meant for you. Because when Allah writes someone for you, you don't have to give up your self-respect to be loved. The right person won't make you feel like you have to become someone else. You won't have to hide your true self. You won't have to accept treatment that wounds your heart. You'll be loved for who you are, with your flaws, with your mistakes, with your journey. They'll accept your growth, not demand your perfection. And you'll never feel like you have to earn love by breaking yourself down. Allah doesn't bless stories where one heart is crushed to keep another happy. He blesses stories where both hearts are lifted with respect, mercy, and love. So if you ever find yourself begging for love, begging to be seen, begging for someone to value you, know this, that's not from Allah. Because what Allah writes for you comes with dignity, comes with honor, comes with peace, and you never have to lose yourself trying to hold on to something Allah never wrote for you. The right person will make you feel valued without you having to sacrifice your soul to be loved. At the end of it all, finding the right person isn't about searching endlessly. It's not about chasing people who don't see your worth. It's not about forcing hearts, begging for love, or breaking yourself just to be accepted. Because when Allah writes someone for you, the story unfolds differently. It comes with calm, not chaos, with peace, not pressure, with honesty, not empty words, with respect, not disrespect, with ease, not endless struggle. You start to realize it's not about perfect people or perfect love. It's about a connection that brings out the best in you, a bond that strengthens your heart, a relationship that pulls you closer to Allah, not away from Him. And even when tests come, even when there are moments of waiting, you feel a strange kind of peace inside your heart, because you know Allah is guiding every step, and nothing written for you will ever miss you. So if you're still waiting, or if you're healing from a wrong story, or if you're wondering when it'll be your turn, don't lose hope. Don't rush what's meant to be slow, and don't settle for what makes you lose your peace. Instead, turn your heart to Allah. Let Him write your story. Let Him open the right doors. Let Him bring the right person into your life in the right way, at the right time. And when that happens, you won't have to force anything. You won't have to beg. You won't have to wonder. You'll just know. Because when Allah reveals the right person, it's never loud. It's never rushed. It's always peaceful, always clear, and always a mercy for your heart. So trust His plan, and be patient with His timing. Because the one who trusts Allah never misses what was written for them.